You can just move it back.
No, it's fine. Yep. I'll just slide over. But there you go.
So we're both kind of out. Well, that's how it goes.
All right. What's up? What's up, homies? Welcome back. We got another fun episode for you. And, it could be one of the last ones. So make sure you subscribe.
God, no teams are happy about it.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's
Could be one of the last
semester's
ones.
coming to an end. And sun's getting low.
The semester's coming to an end, and enough failed metaphors. The semester is coming to an end, and the homies are going different ways for the summer.
Right.
We got Mr. Shoto and yours truly, Mr. Tucson. So, what happens from here? I don't know.
Yeah. Is it going to continue? I don't know, kind of a will they, won't they type thing.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to stay tuned and find out.
Do your thing. You always forget to do it every episode.
Do what?
Just
subscribe.
Yeah.
No, I already said that. I said make sure you subscribe.
Okay, I missed it.
Tune in. Keep
tune
up
in.
to date with your favorite homies.
The big update of the day.
Yeah, you probably noticed this. We got the merch. We got the Hardwood Homies podcast T-shirts. I like the color. I like cool design. It's kind of hard to show off, but
there you go.
Yeah, and then there's some logo on the back.
I was gonna say it is.
It's basically it's basically the same thing.
You gotta show them what they want.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to lean. There you go. It's backward, but they get the gist. Hardwood Homies podcast, names on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. Cool stuff. We're not sure.
How did it happen? Tell the story.
What do you mean? How did it happen?
Tell the story. How did it?
So, originally we were going to give out a T-shirt to whoever won our contest for the March Madness bracket, and of course that happened to be my sister. But besides that, we were going to make the shirts, so we figured we'd make a couple more and give them out to I got one, Jacob obviously got one, and then some of our more dedicated fans, Keegan, he's been on a couple. And
did Keegan? I don't think.
Well, him and Alex are kind of. Yeah, I did go to Alex.
No, they're not.
Well,
and Clint,
and then Clint,
our original audio editor,
our producer,
from the days of Spotify. So
maybe those days will come back at some point. Who really knows?
Maybe they will.
Maybe they won't.
I have to give them a call, see what's up.
A lot of mystery on this one.
There's a lot of mystery. Wow. Speaking of mystery, what happened last night?
Wow, what a good transition.
I know. The best
what happened to the Warriors? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was a mystery.
Yeah, that was nuts.
You were down 50 at one point?
Yeah, they were down 52 in a playoff game.
They didn't seem too worried about it.
They were the higher seed team. They go on the road in a crucial game 5 and just get obliterated.
Yeah, I know.
I know. That's just crazy to me. I was just trying
I don't know why I reacted like
get it out there for you.
Yeah. No, it is weird. It was after Curry.
It was such a weird game when I was watching. I mean, it was kind of close for the first part.
Oh. When did he get to 50? Was that third quarter?
Third quarter,
yeah. It was after Curry in an interview had told a reporter that he was kidding, but their strategy for game 5 was to whoop that trick, which some research is I guess the article said, quote, "It's been the rallying cry for the Grizzlies this season." It's I believe a rap song by a Memphis group. Spacing on the name at the moment of that group, but it's a song, "Whoop That Trick," and then
you just say it so white.
Yeah, well, you say it how you are.
It's fair.
So during one timeout, the arena, they were in Memphis. They started playing that song, and Draymond started jumping up and down with his towel like he was enjoying it.
While they were down 50?
No, but they were down.
Different
still.
game.
No, it was the same game.
It was the same game.
I don't think they were down 50 at that point.
No,
I don't know.
It was only like 30.
Yeah. And then Curry, I guess, didn't mind it either. But Draymond was like dancing and with it. And,
I don't know. Weird game, I was saying. Curry didn't even take a shot in the first 6 minutes. And he just couldn't get the ball, really.
How are they winning? This is also without Ja Morant, their best player for the Grizzlies, who's probably out there.
People are starting to really think about that. the Grizzlies were 25-6 without Morant this year. And then they beat the Warriors by 50 without him. 30, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, people are starting to say maybe Ja, is too ball dominant. He doesn't allow him to get the spacing and the passing and stuff. I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I had seen something on that, and
I disagree with that. But there's, there's some little bit of evidence to suggest that maybe they're not as bad off without him as.
Yeah, and one note that we have the Dallas Suns game on, Game 6 in Dallas. Suns are up 3-2. Excuse me. So that is why my eyes are wandering this whole time. But Phoenix is struggling a bit this end of the second quarter. But anyway, I don't agree with it either, but I had forgotten that he was out kind of second half of the season for some time as well. And I was about to say, well, it's a playoff game. Let's see them do that in the regular season for multiple games without him. I mean, it's interesting. I think, and maybe one thing it says is that, I don't know what it says. I was going to say, their role players have, developed to an extent where you can have those games and you don't need your star. Yeah. And I was going to say that's because of him, but it's probably because he was gone, so they got to play.
I'm going to need you to read the YouTube comments here.
Do we have a YouTube? Oh. Oh, my. I'm not reading the second one, but we have a comment from Alex Mitchell on YouTube, and I'm going to just read it word for word here. Who's the hardest homie? The people need to know.
Why do you say it so weird? You sound like a robot.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know. It was up for debate. We talked about it a little bit last week. We're going to, think about figuring out who the hardest homie was. Okay. But
how do you decide that?
It is something tough to decide.
Who goes harder in the paint?
I'm more of a paint guy. Jacob's kind of a step back, fadeaway, wet ball.
Or just get a shot off crazy around the rim,
Right.
Yep.
It
was hard.
Yeah, no, it is an interesting debate because there's a lot that goes into it. Who tries harder, who, goes harder.
Same thing, but two ways to phrase it.
No, that's two different meanings there.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. You
can go hard without.
That's like a moment, but trying hard. Yeah. Okay.
Jeez. Go hard or go home, kind of thing.
Then we get a robot face in the. I'm not reading that comment either. We got a robot face on the YouTube comments. A very funny comment, but that won't be on the podcast unless you have some desire to get it on here.
No, I'm okay.
But who's the hardest homie? I mean, how do you? You said it's hard, but are we just going to leave it? Yeah, it's a hard question.
It is. Hard question, hard homies.
Yeah, I mean, it's
about as profound as you get right there. So,
hard question, hard homies, hard week, hard semester, hard life.
Very hard semester.
There you go. Semester's almost over.
It is.
What a fun time it was.
Before we get a little too sidetracked here, let's throw it to the Heat. They ended up making it back to another Eastern Conference Finals for the second time in 3 years.
The bubble year, yep.
Bubble boy, Tyler Hero. That was what they were calling him back in the day.
I do not like the Heat, but good for them, I guess. Yeah.
I'm not super big on the Heat either, but I was telling you this. I don't like the 76ers at all. I don't like the way that Embiid or Simmons carried themselves, and that just made me kind of turned off to them, the idea of the 76ers.
You mean the way Simmons sat on the bench most of last year?
Well, even when he played, he always seemed like kind of a
really? Okay. Yeah.
jackwagon.
I never watched him much. Embiid, I can see that.
Embiid's just a whiner. He's always crying. I don't know.
And, I said the Sixers would win the next 4. They were down 2-0. They tied it 2-2, but then now they lost in 6. Were they at home tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
They put up a disgraceful performance tonight. Harden did not score in the second half. Embiid was 6 for 23 at one point.
Embiid's playing injured, though. Like, people were alleging that, almost thinking, he played bad in Game 5 because he didn't get the MVP. Jokic from Denver did. And it's like, well, I don't know, but I kind of agreed with his comment, actually, and I'm not a big fan of him either, where he said it's a no-win situation because it was something like either, he doesn't play and he's seen as weak because I think he has another injury, but he at least has
that facial fracture.
Kind of big. And then, but if he does play and he plays bad, it's like, another con viewed as a negative against him. Real quick, we have really a persistent Mr. Mitchell in the comments.
Mr. Mitchell?
Who has the hardest takes? Cough, cough. What is with him and being the hardest?
We don't have a whole lot of hard takes, do we?
What's with his obsession and being hard? I don't get that.
No, do what you got to do sometimes, I guess.
Yes. Who does have the hardest takes? Well, we'll appease him one more time.
We hard takes. God, I don't know. We need to get more into that though. I feel like we need to hit the Skip and Shannon, Stephen A. Smith type hard takes.
Stephen A. and Skip were on the same show for a while, so
yeah, that would be something. Huh?
Oh, they were?
Yeah,
first
take. Yeah,
it's where this style of sports commentary and journalism began. No, I don't know about that, but okay, yeah, we don't really. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the KD stuff, I don't know. I feel like we know too much to just put out garbage takes just for clicks, right?
I just want to leave it what you said. We know too much.
We know too much. Exactly.
I don't even know if that's why. Well, to an extent, yeah. But I mean, sometimes we, eat crow, but it's usually not a garbage take. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst take that we've had so far?
Probably going back to college basketball, some of my beginning of the year, picks.
Yeah, but I guess.
But with the NBA, I mean, I guess my worst take was probably.
I guess you said the Sixers were going to win the series.
Which was last week.
And then they got smoked the last two games.
Yeah. They did come back, tie it, which was
impressive, they won a couple.
They were at home, I guess, so it doesn't really mean as much. Anyway, enough of the being the hardest and all that fun stuff. So we're talking about the Heat.
We can go. Yeah.
How do you think they'll do in the Eastern Conference Finals? Let's assume they play the Bucks, who are up 3-2.
You want a bold take?
Yeah.
I think the Bucks are going to win against the Celtics, which has been an unbelievable series. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But I think that the Bucks are going to win. I think they're going to beat the Heat in 5.
No,
I don't think it's going to be close.
I hope it's not close. Part of me thinks it actually will be a close series, but I'm hoping the Bucks get by them. Because what happened to the Heat last year? I can't even recall because they had the great bubble year.
They got swept by the Bucks first round last year.
Oh, so some revenge too.
Yeah, some close games. I remember Middleton had a game winner in one of the games last year.
Yeah. Against the Heat. Is he going to be out the whole playoffs?
No, I think he's coming back. He'll be very limited, but I think he should be back fairly soon.
Okay. He's been injured.
Unless they lose the next two, then maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That which isn't out of the realm. I mean, Boston.
That should be the Eastern Conference Finals, I feel.
I agree. Yeah, I think that if Boston does happen to get by, I think they're going to beat the Heat too. Beat the Heat. I like that.
I like the sound of that. It's a cute little rhyme.
Go down into Miami. They're going to beat the Heat.
Miami, South Beach. All the fun happens there. No. I wasn't even committed when I said that.
All the fun happens there. You sound like the Kawhi Leonard laugh.
Yeah. I can identify with Kawhi. Nah, well, no. I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I don't know. They're going to Milwaukee for Game 6?
Yeah.
That's tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, that's big. Obviously, I mean, Milwaukee, if they win, it's over. But all of the games have been pretty – well, no, actually. The first 2 games are kind of blowouts in different directions. Right. But then the last 3 have been pretty close games, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 3 have been really close. Yeah, the game yesterday was such a good game.
And the end of that game, who was it, Marcus Smart or
What
It was one of the Smart brothers who turned it over late.
There's only one Smart. Marcus Morris is what.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, from Oklahoma State
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confusing him with Kansas boys.
I just want to shout out Drew Holiday. Holy smokes, did he just pop off in that game? I didn't actually see his stat line, but I assume he had somewhere around probably 25 to 30. And then he had a game-sealing block, a game-sealing steal, a 3 to tie it with 40 seconds left. I mean, he literally just took over the game. Giannis had a crazy good game too. I mean, he always does.
Yeah.
But Drew Holiday had a type game where he just took it over at the end. And without Middleton playing, he's had to be really aggressive, and he's done his job.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be a good Game 6, actually. This and probably the best series so far are this and the Suns series with Dallas.
I guess.
Fair to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just stacking them up a bit. What do you think about this Dallas-Phoenix series, speaking of it? Right now.
Feels like neither team can really get a grip.
Yeah.
Been really physical, a lot of talking, actually.
Yeah. Phoenix is down 15 at half, Game 6. So.
Yeah, it was looking like it was going to be worse for a second there, too. I didn't catch that. They were down 17. I thought it was starting to get worse, but yeah.
Last game they started talking.
I think it's, might go to 7.
Phoenix is having some close calls for being the 1 seed, and
yeah,
I don't know if I haven't followed them enough to know if they're just not playing good or if people are just stepping up. I think the first series
both.
Both. I mean, the Pelicans were a lot better than you would think, like an 8 seed. They were not an 8 seed, and Phoenix didn't play great, but
which seems crazy because looking at the Pelicans roster, you'd be like, how did these guys even make the playoffs?
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, they play really, really hard. They got a lot of rookies that just kind of show up, honestly.
But then the Mavericks, I don't think much of their team. I told you.
Yeah, I know. You were saying it would be a fluke if they go further.
Yeah.
So
I believe that.
There's your take.
I believe that.
So yeah, I don't know because I said Luka's top. I'm not gonna say anything crazier. Top 7 players in the world, I would say.
Okay.
And I mean, as long as you got a player like that, I don't see it as a fluke if he takes them far.
Well, yeah,
I would see it as like a masterful performance.
They've had him for years.
They got some guys.
They've had him for years. They were in a boring series with the Jazz where no one cared who won unless you were a fan of one of the teams. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was also because Luka was partly hurt. And yes, they're not the most glamorous team in the league. I'll give you that.
Yeah, there's no intrigue.
But
there's nothing to believe in their team.
I don't know. I disagree.
Unless you're a fan, there's no reason to watch them. Like, if they win, I could care less. I would just rather them not beat the Suns. But, I have no desire to see them win, or if they lose, I wouldn't feel any pain because I don't care about them. It's just
where do you think that stems from? You just don't like Texas?
It's nothing about Texas.
Dallas?
No. Like I said, I don't know.
You think Luka's boring?
I think they were more intriguing. It's easy to say because they ended up winning a title, but the days of Sean Marion, Jason Terry,
well, I think a lot of the Nowitzki. I think a lot of the glam of that came from their plan against the Big Three as the first year of the Heat.
That's true.
I don't know if that was necessarily
and
them.
The Thunder played them at some points, and it was back when the Thunder were.
The NBA felt a lot more important back then. I'm not gonna.
I completely agree. The NBA seems it's not just because my team just went under. It's
a dead league.
Well, even when they win the title, I feel like it doesn't hold as much weight.
Yeah, here's the bold takes nowadays. The NBA's a dying league.
Well, I don't know if I believe in terms of caring about it. Sure, but I actually think it's getting bigger because it's becoming more of an entertainment thing
and more global.
Yeah, there was a really good post. I don't know.
It just all these. I don't know if it's the watered downness of all the players being able to go wherever they want, not stay in the same place. I mean, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
There's just no association with anything anymore. It's like forever, if you were a Lakers fan, that was supposed to like mean something. You were a Kobe guy. You didn't like LeBron. There were these little rivalries. But now LeBron goes to the Lakers and breaks everything because now the Lakers are like some alternate universe team where they get old guys to throw up horrible shots.
They spend the fourth most in the league.
Yeah. And like I feel like no one cares anymore. Like the Lakers, I don't know. It's not like they don't have like a rivalry with anyone.
No, I agree, but I'd be curious to ask.
The rivalries in the NBA are like dead. Unless a team just happens to play each other in like late series like a couple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like if a certain team plays the other one in the finals 2 years in a row, then maybe you start calling it a rivalry or play, Western Conference finals a couple times or something.
Well, yeah, and even the rivalries, you see those people, and I think part of it is the super teams.
Buddy now too.
Yeah, no, literally, you have LeBron, and I don't know if he had really any intention, but it got news because he made some comment like, "Yeah, one guy I haven't played with that I'd love to is Curry," which, I mean that I couldn't agree with him more just from watching. I don't, I would assume he'd be a great guy to play with, but
yeah, can you imagine this? Yeah. Like the spacing that LeBron would have to work with Curry. I mean,
exactly.
That'd be ridiculous.
That should have been a rivalry if they both. If he stays in Cleveland,
they played each other year after year in the finals
with Kyrie, and then you have the Splash Brothers without KD. I mean, even that was they put up a fight, but like just Thompson and Curry versus Irving and James would be I don't know. It would have been a good rivalry.
Yeah, that could have been like a Magic and Bird type thing.
Yeah.
That keeps going, the Curry LeBron thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I even think of the little rivalries when you're like a fan of a team. So I think of Thunder versus Grizzlies.
Yeah, the grit and grind Grizzlies. Yeah, that was fun.
Versus Warriors, everyone knew about that because especially when KD went there. But no, there's just a lot of little rivalries that make it. But I agree, it is
the NBA
is going away.
A couple of the stars moving kind of, I feel like, just destroyed the NBA.
Yeah.
LeBron's move, KD's move.
Even guys that aren't in their prime anymore, like Westbrook, he's been shipped around like.
Yeah, I don't think he's really affected much, though.
No, I know. I just think of how like he was on the same team for so long.
Yeah.
And then in this new era, every year he's pretty much jumping teams.
Yeah.
Used to be kind of a coveted player to have.
It is cool to see how the NBA has grown, though.
I agree.
In terms of globally, I mean, look at that back-to-back MVP is a white big dude from Serbia.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who would have thought that?
And they gave him the MVP award at like some horse stable or something.
Yeah,
they roll up with
back in the day, it was like LeBron, Derrick Rose, all these American dudes from like Cleveland and Chicago and
which there's something
staples.
to that, but it's good to have some mix.
Yeah, and now you've got like Giannis from Greece, and you've got Luka and Embiid is from Africa.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. Man, a lot of the best players in the world now.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but no, that's true. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with NBA, but I would be curious to ask. Too bad he's not on, but like some people are really getting into it. Well, it's growing, so that's kind of implied with that. But now some people are really liking the NBA. They're seeing, like my brother. Mm-hmm. He did not follow the old NBA, and now we switched where he's a big Suns fan now.
Yeah.
And he's like legitimately into it, watching all the games he can. Mm-hmm. And, I would be curious to ask someone because there's a different side to that. Like what makes it so appealing?
Well, it's hard for me too because like I grew up a Lakers fan, and then, Kobe was the guy. He retires. And then pretty soon it's like, boy, they're terrible. So I start losing interest there, obviously. And then they get like a guy that I don't really like, obviously, and LeBron on the team. And then I really don't care. So then I just pick a team all willy-nilly, I just go Pelicans for some reason. I don't really have much of an attachment to them. It's starting to grow a little bit. Now that I've cheered for them a couple times, my attachment's starting to grow a little bit. It's making the NBA more interesting.
Good.
But, yeah, my level of enthusiasm for it has certainly died off.
Glad to see there is a way out. Being uninterested.
Yeah,
maybe I'll find myself.
Yeah, maybe you'll find something.
I would like
maybe you have to switch teams.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, I can call myself a fan, but I couldn't tell you much of what's going on with the Thunder.
Yeah.
So am I really a fan anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, there's something to it. I guess when you're just kind of bad for a while and your stars leave. I mean, well, same thing happened to us, I guess. I mean, our guys left, and then the team was really bad for a while.
Well, yeah, and especially when the face of the team, like the people you were cheering for when you started following them, when they leave, unless there's like some player that comes in that you're just taken with, it's kind of hard to stay with that.
Yeah.
Which goes with losing. There's no denying it's easy to cheer.
Zach's disappointed in his Suns.
It's easy to cheer for a team doing well. Zach, you're on actually. Yeah, he said Suns are playing like dog. Yep, dog. You know what?
Doo-doo.
Yeah. And the real question, what we were talking about how like personally we've kind of lost interest with the NBA. Trenton might be getting it back here a bit, but compared to like
feel the magic again.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. Compared with that, we've lost interest, but people like you have done like just the opposite. So why have you gained interest in the NBA? Not a trick question, just curious. And we won't wait for that. It would be good if we had you like live for that rather than read your response. But I'm just curious.
Well, if it continues, have we talked about this with Zach yet?
What? Actually, we could do it easier now.
Possible three amigos?
Well, there was that one podcast, and then I don't think I brought it up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait. Is that the big announcement?
Is that the confirmation? Did I let it slip?
I think you did.
All right.
Well, now you own it.
Now I got to own it.
The
show goes on. Yes. The show goes on.
Gotta give us something.
The homies
bigger.
will continue. We're gonna keep it going. Zoom probably will be the move.
I don't know what else we're doing.
And if you're still listening by this time, you will have the announcement that we're gonna keep it going. So
And Zach says, I don't know, honestly. So candid answer. Zach, maybe if you want to join the little podcast with the NBA stuff, since you've been following it like good amount with the Suns and everything, feel free. I know what you're answering.
I just suggested it the other day when we were talking about it. Zach, he's always got good content and stuff. He knows what he's talking about. I feel like it'd be a good addition.
I agree.
So.
And on Zoom, it would be easier because if we were trying to do it here, what would we do? Put them on a computer beside us?
Exactly,
No, that's magic of the summer.
Yeah.
The homies aren't going away. They're getting bigger.
The homies are getting bigger. Bigger and better than ever.
Yeah. Then who's the hardest will really be a debate. So
we'll have to figure out some sort of criteria for that.
Exactly. Maybe the audience can make it up.
Yeah.
Glad to see the Warriors get killed. Pathetic without Ja. The words of Zach.
It was pretty pathetic performance.
What's going to happen in Game 6? Even?
As crazy as it sounds, I still think the Warriors are going to win.
I don't think that's crazy. I actually expect them to win, but part of me says maybe the Grizzlies shock people.
Maybe they found. Maybe they found something.
I don't think they'd win this series.
It's just the Grizzlies are so much bigger and more physical than the Warriors. Like, this is a team in the Grizzlies that led the league in offensive rebounding and total rebounding. And they've got a really big athletic front court of, Brandon Clark who gets in there and Jaren Jackson. Who's the guy I'm missing? The big guy. So
there's a disturbance outside.
Smacking the window out here, so
we're not letting. Yeah,
am I missing? I must not be missing something.
Jaren Jack. Well, I mean, even guys like
Steven Adams. That's he's been crazy in this series. He's been really good for them.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking of someone who's not in their front court, but like I think of like Dylan Brooks. He's pretty physical. He injured. Injured Gary Payton Jr.
Yeah, he broke his elbow or something.
He regrets the play, but.
Oh, good. I'm glad he regrets it.
But yeah, I don't know. We have weird stuff going on. Yeah, fans outside. That's one way to put it. And then did we even say you said this would be 7? You thought, but you think Suns win series?
Yeah, I do got the Suns winning. Yeah.
Okay. I want to say yes, but I'm a bit nervous with that.
Yeah.
And I say this not as like, no, I'm not bandwagoning with the Suns or whatever. That's not a term. But From Arizona, my brother cheers for him. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see him win. It's not like if the Thunder would have won, but sure.
Right.
I'm not going to cheer against him. That would make no sense.
Well, we've got some wild animals at the door, and it might be time to wrap it up.
We had the announcements. Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk much Bucks, Celtics. Well, yeah, we did a little bit, didn't we?
I think we covered it pretty good.
We kind of got it. So,
yeah, let's leave it there.
Let's leave it there. The homies are going to be back, and have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
We miss you. Oh, boy.